What happened in Virginia raises an important question: how to combat growing fears and misconceptions about Islam. Asra Nomani is with me. She's a contributor to the Daily Beast. She is author of this book, Standing Alone: An American Woman's Struggle for the Soul of Islam. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thank you, Poppy.
When you see a story like Jason Carroll just reported, what do you think?
Well, Poppy, I'm a mother in Virginia, and I have to say that I wouldn't have wanted this assignment in my son's school. You know, 2 years ago, I went to my son's elementary school at the time, and I was an observer at a children evangelical club called Good News Club, and the principal called the police because they didn't want to have me observing this club and said that I was a disturbance. So I believe in a strict separation of church and state in this country, and that's our basic tenet. For us as Muslims, the Shahada is this proclamation of faith that a man usually will whisper into a child's ear the moment that child is born. It's what we're supposed to declare as we are dying, as our last statement. For me to see this incursion of faith into the classroom is a problematic issue. And why is it happening, though, with this backlash? I don't think it's this anti-Muslim hysteria that we just heard about. I think what's happened is that we've had a failure of leadership by organizations like the Council on American Islamic Relations, and sadly the White House also, in talking about the I word. And that I word is about Islam and the issue of extremism. People are not afraid of Muslims as a whole. They are afraid of this extremism. And so as we go into this debate tonight, what I hope to hear as a Muslim is a conversation about the ideology of extremism in our faith. It's called Islamism, which is a desire to have political Islam in the world, put a headscarf on women and girls, impose ideas that are anti-gay, anti-atheist, anti-apostasy, as they call it. These are the ideas that we have to really struggle with and talk about honestly so that Americans can feel comfortable with the faith also.
So you are a proud Muslim woman, a journalist. You have broken many barriers in journalism, and as you said, you're a mother in Virginia who agrees with some of those other mothers in the piece who wouldn't have wanted this in their schools. You've also written extensively about this, and especially being a Muslim woman. And you've said that Islamic feminism is the antidote to Islamic extremism. Talk to me about the role you believe, Asra, that women, female Muslims, can play to address some of these stereotypes and fears.
Well, I think that Islamic feminism is absolutely the antidote to the Islamic State and Islamic extremism. The canary in the coal mine for all of these ideologies that want to ultimately express violence to people of other faiths or people who don't think like them is the issue of women. I can tell you that I can walk into a mosque anywhere in this country, and if I go into the main hall, I will know immediately what ideology of Islam is practiced at that mosque. In my own mosque in Morgantown, West Virginia, they wouldn't let me in through the front door. When I went in through the front door and into the main hall, it was the people who are practicing this ideology called Salafism, exported to the world through the government of Saudi Arabia and Qatar. And those are the people who most protested what we were doing. So with the issue of women's rights, it is the litmus test very much for how a person practices Islam. Do you believe that a woman deserves equal inheritance as her brother? Do you believe that a woman is equal in witness to a man? These are critical issues that are the real red line on how you interpret Islam. And so when we define how it is that we interpret Islam, we really establish what the problem is and whether we can actually move forward with a progressive interpretation of the faith.
Such an important discussion. I'm so glad you could join me, Asra. Thank you very much.
Thank you.